Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about the performative. We're going to talk about packaging. We're going to talk about rainbows. And we're going to talk about a lesson that major players in the U.S. economy are going to learn soon, one way or another. You know, for years, you've had a lot of companies slap a rainbow on the packaging of their product. And we've talked about it on the channel before. It's performative. It is performative. It's not really about showing support for that group necessarily. For a lot of companies, it's math. It's them trying to capture a wider audience, a wider market, and they're signaling, they're advertising in that way. We've also talked about how the performative isn't always bad and how it helps to shift thought. For most companies, it is about capturing that market because it's a growing market. Millennials, 1 out of 10, are part of that community. Gen Z, 1 out of 5. It's a huge market. It's a growing market. It's probably going to level off at 1 out of 5. But 1 out of 5, that's just the people who are part of that community. It doesn't include their friends, their loved ones, their family, those who really care about them. And for a long time, the packaging, that rainbow logo or whatever, that was enough. That was enough to demonstrate support in the sense that it would help capture that market. That community is being targeted in jurisdictions all over this country just for living their lives. Just for living their lives. And 1 out of 5 of the future market, they're part of that community. Plus their friends, plus their loved ones, plus their families. And these are people who are pretty savvy. They understand the way the world works. They understand how to gather information. They know to go to Open Secrets and see what the major players in your company are supporting and which politicians they're supporting, and whether or not the key players in your company are supporting the politicians putting forth the legislation that targets them or their families or their loved ones or their friends. There's a whole lot of companies out there who have marketed with rainbows that are about to find out the pot of gold they were seeking at the end of it. It's going to require a little bit more than new packaging, because the market they're trying to capture, well, it's being targeted. They'll know whether or not your company supported the politicians that went after them. They'll know whether or not your company offered employees who live in these jurisdictions where they're being targeted the opportunity to transfer within the company outside of the state, and whether or not you helped cover relocation costs. The wrapper on your product, the one-time donation, it's not going to be enough anymore, because there will be companies that step up. Your competitor, they may step up and they're going to get that market. This is one of those moments where a company has to realize that although in most ways it's a lot like a country. You know, we say it all the time. Countries don't have friends. They don't have morals. They don't have ideology. They have interests. Large corporations, they don't have friends. They don't have morals. They don't have ideology. Everything they do is in pursuit of profit. 20% of the market will be driven away from you unless you stand up now, unless you do the right thing now. And it'll last. Long memories. The cost of doing the right thing, it's not high. It's not high. Offering the ability to transfer, covering relocation costs, not donating to certain politicians and groups. That's what it's going to take to secure more than 20% of the market in the future. If the companies don't do that, they will be left behind. Make no mistake about it. A lot of people call it rainbow capitalism. It's a good term for it. And this, right now, is the moment when companies get to decide whether or not they want to stay viable in the future. There aren't a lot of companies that can withstand having more than 20% of the market turn against them because of their actions. Not because of their product, but because of stuff that the top executives do and because of their unwillingness to help fix a problem that in many ways they might have helped create. There's a whole lot of companies that need to talk to their marketing divisions and start including them in the larger decision-making process. Because the reason your ad companies, your marketing departments have told you for years to put a rainbow on your package, to play into that, is because they know the demographics. They know how the market is shifting. 1 out of 10 of millennials, 1 out of 5 of Gen Z, plus their friends, plus their families. That's the market you're going to be abandoning by not doing the right thing now. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.